So we're thinking about how we can use what we have been learning about absolute value to kind of find the distance between 2 points on the coordinate plane. Okay, so the goal, right, is to find the distance between points when the ordered pairs have the same x coordinate or they have the same y coordinate. So they're on the same axis, either going this way or going this way. All right. So when we think about that, we are go over here, get the pen. Okay. When we think about that, we know that when we have 2 points that share a common coordinate, the x or the y, we can use absolute value to help us find the distance between them. So this whole absolute value thing, right, the distance that a point is from zero or from the origin can really help us here. So when 2 points are in the same quadrant, when they're in the same quadrant, what you're going to do is you are going to subtract the absolute values of the uncommon coordinate. And so we'll kind of explore what that means. And vice versa, when points are in different quadrants, like you can see here, A and B are in different quadrants. B is in quadrant 1, A is in quadrant 2. You are going to still find the absolute values of the coordinate that they don't share, or the uncommon coordinate. But this time you're gonna, you're gonna add the absolute values of that uncommon coordinate together. So here we go. We're gonna practice. So to find the distance between points A and B here, first we want to do is we want to say, okay, well, what is the different coordinate, right? What's the one they share and what's the one that's different? So we know that A has -3, 4. So their x is -3 and the y is 4. B is 2 and 4. So our y coordinates are the ones that are the same. Okay. So what we want to do here is we want to find the absolute value of the uncommon coordinate, the one that they don't share. So we have -3 is the x coordinate and 2 is the x coordinate here, and those are the different coordinates. So the absolute value of -3 is 3, and the absolute value of 2 is 2. And so since these points are in opposite or different, not necessarily opposite, but in different quadrants, we're going to end up adding the absolute values together. So we're going to say 3 plus 2 is going to get us 5. So the distance then between the 2 points is 5 units. And we can prove it by counting. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units apart. So we've used the absolute value to prove it. All right, so next we're going to find the distance between points C and D, and they are in the same quadrant. They're both in quadrant 4. So we want to find, so we're given their ordered pairs, and we want to discover which do they share and which are different. In this case, 5 is the x coordinate for both, so those are the ones they share, and the y coordinate is the one that's different. So those are the ones that we want to find the absolute value of so that we can essentially compare them, right, and find the difference. So we're going to find the absolute value for -1, which is 1, and the absolute value for -5, which is 5. And then we're going to say, well, since they're in the same quadrant, right, they're both in quadrant 4, we're not going over the x-axis or going over the y-axis, right? The points are in the same quadrant. We're going to end up subtracting. So we'll say 5 minus 1 is 4. So this is our hypothesis here is that our points are 4 units apart, and we can count them to see if it's true. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are 4 units apart. So the distance between points is 4, whatever our units are.